Alright, moving on. Criminal liability. Certainly there's two elements when it comes to criminal law. Performance of the prohibited act, the actus reus, and a specific state of mind. Alright, the mens rea. Alright, so the criminal act. What is the actual action? A person must actually do something. Okay? Sitting here and thinking about killing my wife, that's not a crime. Killing my wife, actually taking the knife and that's murder. Okay? I have to actually do something. That's called actus reus. Alright? Guilty act or an act of omission can be a crime, but only if when a person has a legal duty to perform an omitted act. Alright? So if I have a duty to perform something and I don't do it, it could be criminal. State of mind. Alright? Mens rea, mind. Okay? Wrongful mental state. Alright, thinking about killing my wife is not a good thing. Okay? My wife thinking about killing me is not a good thing. Okay? But the required mental state or intent, alright, is intended in the applicable statute or law. You got to have both together. You have to have the intent to commit the bad act and the actual action. Okay? Corporate criminal liability. Corporation is a legal entity created under the laws of a state. Liability of a corporate entity. Generally, corporations are normally liable for the crimes committed by their agents. Right, so if I'm acting on behalf of the corporation and my acts are bad, then generally the corporation can be held liable for those acts so long as it's within the ordinary course of business and I'm acting as their agent. Alright? Prosecutor needs to show the corporation could have prevented the action or the agent was acting in the scope of the employment. Liability for directors. I'm going to need to sneeze. Excuse me. They are personally liable for the crimes they commit, regardless of whether the crimes were committed for their private benefit or on the corporation's behalf. So certainly the directors of a corporation are going to be liable for their bad acts. All right, let's look at some of the types of crimes. Again, everybody's going to get excited over this stuff. You know, what is Leonardo going to do? You know, is he going to commit some bad act? You know, he's going to pull out his katana blades and kill someone? Let's see. Crimes that cause others to suffer harm or death. Violent crimes. Robbery, example. Taking of money, personal property, or any other article of value from a person by means of force or fear. Right? All robbery is larceny by force. Your money or your life. Okay? So if I pull out a gun, I show this force, that's robbery. If Leonardo pulls out his katana blades, which are clearly lost, and says, "Give me your money or I'll cut your head off," that's robbery. Right? Property crimes. Burglary. Okay? Breaking, entering, dwelling house of another at nighttime with the intent to commit a felony therein. Okay? Now, most states have turned around and said, hey, it's any building during any time of day, all right, with the intent to commit some bad act. All right? That's burglary. So, Whiplash comes to your house, climbs through the window, goes inside, and steals your flat screen TV. Burglary. Larceny. Okay? Larceny is the unlawful taking and carrying away of someone else's personal property with the intent to permanently deprive the owner of possession. So this is stealing and theft. Okay? So Whiplash comes up to me and he takes my ear. I know it's cheesy. That's larceny. Alright? Arson. The willful and malicious burning of a building. Fire. Yeah. Common law was the building of another, but now, obviously, arson is the burning of any building. Receiving stolen goods. The recipient needs to know or should have known the goods were stolen. So, if He-Man has my keys, alright, and gives them to Buzz-Off, and Buzz-Off knows or should have known that these keys were clearly mine, like go He-Man, then hey, that's receiving stolen goods. I say, well, how do you know? Well, that's evidence. Forgery. Fraudulent making or altering of any writing in a way that changes the legal rights and liabilities of another. Sure, easy. I'm sure we all signed Mama's name when we were in elementary school, one of those bad grades we got. Yeah. Obtaining goods by false pretenses. Now, statutes from state to state vary on this, but it's lying to get what you want and knowing that you're lying. Remember, actus reus and mens rea. Alright, other crimes. Public drunkenness, downtown Athens. Prostitution, street corner. Gambling, cards on Friday night. Illegal drug use, no comment. No, I'm kidding. But these are other crimes that are out there, and I'm sure most of us have seen some form of this. White-collar crimes. We've heard about these in the news. Term commonly used to mean an illegal act or series of acts committed by an individual or business entity using some non-violent means to obtain personal or business advantages. All right? Embezzlement. Now, this is taking stuff that you have a lawful right to and turning around and using it for your own behalf. Okay? That's what happened to Rocky, in Rocky 5. His accountant, embezzled all of his money. Mail and wire fraud. Illegal use of mails include mailing or causing someone else to mail or writing something written, printed, or photocopied for the purpose of executing a scheme or defraud. All right? And contemplating or organizing a scheme to defraud by false pretenses. Remember, lying. Okay? Bribery. Hey, Mike, how much is it going to cost me to get an A in this class? Don't do it. It's bribery. It's illegal. Bankruptcy fraud. More fun stuff. Creditor could file a false claim against the debtor. Not good. Debtor could transfer assets to a favored party before or after a petition for bankruptcy is filed. All right? Insider trading. Martha Stewart. Individual who obtains inside information about the plans of a publicly listed corporation can often make stock trading profits by purchasing or selling corporate securities based on the information. That's Wall Street. There's a new one out now, but I haven't seen it. But the original, that's what it was, insider trading. Theft of trade secrets. Does anyone here know the recipe to Colonel Sanders' secret Kentucky Fried Chicken recipe? No, it's a trade secret. Anyone here know the formula for Coke? Coca-Cola. Yeah, okay. Trade secrets.